Hi Colorado, this is Clee Crocker. I'm here again at Appliance Factory, Mattress Kingdom, and I'm here today to talk to you about the top 5 dishwashers year to date. So this is really cool. I'm going to give you a quick introduction of dishwashers and tell you a little bit about them so you can help select the right one for you. So as you can see, there's a lot of dishwashers out there. Every brand's got them. There's some that don't cost very much, there's some that cost a whole lot. But the things that make them different really is the features that come with them, things like how quiet they are, how well they wash, their reputation, but the things I look at on them, first of all, you need to select what kind of outside face you want. Regardless of the dishwasher brand you're choosing, you're looking for something that either has front controls, which generally cost less, or you're looking for something that has top controls, which gives you a really nice clean look in the kitchen. If you look down here at this one here, typically when you have something that's on top control, your countertop or your granite is covering that. You can't even see it because these are usually pushed all the way in when they're installed. And then what you do is that you hit the knobs that you want, the selections you want, hit start and shut it, and it starts up. So nice thing about that is it's a little cleaner look with the dishwashers, and you know what? It's probably the most favored look right now. But you can save a lot of money just by having the controls up here and no handle at all. That's less hardware, less cost. So, and then the other one, which is really the most popular right now that I'm seeing on dishwasher shelves, are the ones that don't have a handle in the front, but they're still top control. So if we look, you'll see like this here, or this over here. You see here how this has just got this handle right inside of it. The nice thing about that is you can put a really nice brand like Bosch into any kitchen and it won't offend the rest of the kitchen because the handles will still match. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, so all of these are important things, but really, other than the handles, there's 3 things that I look at in a dishwasher to make sure they have it. And there's a lot more features in this, but these are the things I won't do without. One, I want 3 spray arms. So let's take a look at this one right here. So if we go inside there, now this one's got a 3rd rack, but up inside this dishwasher, you'll see right there, there's a 3rd spray arm. That's the one that sometimes is missing on the cheaper dishwashers. So what that does, it allows you to, it's washing, it gets all of the soapy residue on there, it's cleaning, it's doing a good job, but there's nothing to rinse the top of the dishes on the very top. So you want that so that you get a complete clean and get all that soapy residue off after it's cleaned the dishes. And with the addition of the 3rd rack, that's become very, very important. The next thing is the sanitary cycle. So let's look at this one right here. Let's see. This one, I don't see it. So that's probably not something I would select. Let's go to this one over here. And this one over here, right here, sanitize. Usually you can tell as you're just walking across the dishwasher, and I may have missed it in the last one, but if you see anything that says Sani or sanitize, what that means is there's a built-in water heater. It's a lot like washers. It'll jack that temperature up at the right amount of time, over 150 degrees, and that'll kill 99.9% of all germs and bacteria on the dishes. So even without soap, it's gonna make sure that it doesn't have any germs or bacteria left. 99.9%. That's really good. And a way you can tell that also is if you see a dishwasher and it's NSF rated. That's the national rating system for sanitary dishwashers and other things. But something that you want to look for, either NSF or the word that says Sani or sanitize. So I wouldn't buy a dishwasher without it. The 3rd thing is quiet operation. So we're talking about dBAs, or the sound levels that a dishwasher will have. So you think about it, for years and years and years, they've been doing ratings. What's the most important thing to customers when it comes to buying a dishwasher? And being clean was not on the list. Actually, it was way down on the list. The top of the list has always been and still is being quiet. You want to be able to hear in the rest of the house or even the same room when you run your dishwasher. And today's dishwashers are much quieter than they used to. But the numbers you're looking for are the low 50s. Anything in the low 50s, like 55, 52, 50, that's going to be pretty quiet. It's going to be hard for you to hear it. so many dishwashers today are actually in the 40s now, and some are even in the 30s. And it's just impossible to hear those unless you have some kind of electronic device. So anything in the low 50s down, I'm gonna call is good and good enough for a nice quiet operation. The hottest feature today is the third rack, like what we just saw. And we're gonna see some in the top 5 dishwashers. You'll see some things that are third rack. Now, the top 5 list, heavily influenced by what was in stock this year. As you know, in the pandemic, stock has been kind of low for a lot of manufacturers who didn't have the kind of supply that Appliance Factory has in the 3 states that we're in. But I can tell you that these things that we've had that are on top of the list, they also have been in stock. They're in stock right now, you know, so things you want to pay attention to. So let's get into our first model. The first model is actually a Frigidaire, and I think I'm standing in front of it. Here it is right here. This is the FDSH 4501AS. Bar none, this thing is the #1 unit seller of the entire year. It's a great price. $597 is a great price for dishwashers nowadays. And this one's got everything in it. You know, one of the things I like about Frigidaire, and I had Frigidaire for years, is they have a lot of innovative stuff that don't cost a whole lot. So I'm just gonna pull this out so that you can see. One of the great things about dishwashers is if they can cover more. So, excuse the styrofoam at the bottom here, but if you see this is like an old spirograph that you used to be able to draw on and get art from. Well, on a dishwasher, what it does is it gives you more streams of water going throughout the entire dishwasher. More things are hit on this washer than most every other dishwasher out there with the clean water. So that's really important because the more water something has, the more clean it's going to get. There's not a whole lot of water being used nowadays, especially with things that are Energy Star. But this is something that helps you get around that so you still get the great clean dishes. The other thing it's got, remember I mentioned to you, a third rack. So what does a third rack do for you? Let's just pull this out of here. As you can see, this is something for your silverware, knives, cutlery. You know, these are things that can get out of the way to give you more room on the rest of the dishwasher. So you've got a rack here, that's the third rack. One here, and the one I just took off is something that you're gonna look for. So racks are pretty important. Hottest feature in the market right now, and the differences between them will be pretty obvious as we get to some others where they're deeper in what we call deep dish third rack. So that's actually a big bonus for you if you can get that. So let's see if I can get this back in here. And we'll put that back. And we'll put this back. By the way, every dishwasher we're going to look at today has what's called nylon racks. You can tell a nylon rack just by pinching it a little bit. You'll be able to get a little bit of indentation with your fingernail, and you may not be able to see that, but the old racks were all PVC racks, and they just chipped, and that's when you got rusty racks. So these things are about $200 a piece. You don't want to let them get damaged anyway, so these nylon racks are the ones that last the most. All the major dishwashers today have that. Other things about this one, it's got fan assist drying, which helps it get dry faster. It's going to have kind of a airflow going through there in addition to the heat. It's NSF rated, like I talked about, the National Sanitation Foundation certified, that's what that stands for. And it's 49 dB, so it's real quiet. So I think you'll like this. Let's go to the next one. This is one of those deep third rack dishwashers I was talking about. And that's right over here. Here it is. This is the second best unit. Now this one's $1,099, but boy is it quality. It's got everything. So this one has the front handle. It's got the top controls. This stainless steel is actually what's called print shield, and that helps prevent fingerprints from getting on it. So you'll enjoy that at home if you don't have to clean it so much. But on the inside, first thing I'm going to show you is that it's got a deep third rack. Look at that. You can put bowls in there. You can put cups in there. Those are things that a standard third rack won't have. So this is pretty exclusive. It's a pretty nice thing to have. It's also got a satin glide. Look at that. So where this really comes into play with the ball bearings on the side that helps it push in and out is when you've got it weighted. When it's full of dishes, you know, sometimes those racks can be kind of hard to get out. This one is not because it's got the satin glides on it. It's also fully adjustable in terms of the rack height. So if we see here, this will allow this to go down or up to give you a little bit more room underneath or on top, whatever it is that you need. And as you can see, it's also got the nylon racks, good water coverage. Some of the other features about it, let me give you some of those. 44 dBs, so pretty cool. It's got an advanced clean water system, Pro Wash, print shield I already talked about, adjustable middle rack we just saw, heat dry options, which frankly I think most dishwashers have, extended heat dry options. It's got the stainless steel interior. So far both dishwashers are stainless steel interior. So why do you need that? Well, it's actually kind of important over a plastic tub. A stainless steel interior helps with the drying process. It allows the sidewalls to become a little cooler than the dishes, and it helps molecules of water get over to the sidewalls and dry it quicker than what you'd normally have. So there's actually a big benefit. In addition, there's some sound suppression when you have stainless steel walls. Anyway, this has got every key feature that I was telling you about, and it's one of our very best sellers. So next one I'm going to talk to you about is Bosch. So the Bosch is selling for $9.99, and it's actually over here in a separate kitchen. Let's go take a look at that. The most popular brand that I know of on dishwashers is Bosch. By far, this is the most popular brand. And Bosch has got a lot going on right now. Every time we get a Bosch dishwasher in, it sells out immediately. We can rarely keep them in stock. The next group of 100 comes in, it's gone. The next group of 100 comes in, it's gone. Everybody's searching for Bosch. Fortunately, we get that stack of 100 all the time, so you want to definitely come here for that. So what's so cool about this? Well, this is one of those I tell you works great with any kitchen. Everybody likes this kind of handle. It's called a pocket handle, and you're able to just go in there and pull it out. It's also stainless steel. It's also got the third rack. This one's a little deeper than the last. This has got an adjustable rack. So if you take a look here on the sides, what's going to happen when I hit this switch. See how that drops down? It makes it a little deeper so that you get some larger items in there. And it's also got adjustable tines in here so that you can fold these down to have, again, bigger cutlery, more things inside here. So that's nice and adjustable. This has still got a lot of its parts inside, but this is a good rack. They've always got good racking systems. You see this pocket right here? That's so that you can put the soap inside of it, and you put the soap in here in the dispenser, and it drops right here when it's ready for soap to go out. And this spray arm actually sprays through this to fully dissolve the soap. Some dishwashers don't fully dissolve the soap like Bosch does, but this one handles it great. It's got fold down tines inside of it. I mean, this one's got everything. So some of the key features, let's just go over those. It is 44 dBAs. It's got the third rack. It's stainless steel. It's got leak-proof detection. I mean, it's got so much more, but this is the third best seller, and it is SHP 865ZP5N. And I guarantee if stock was more readily available to this would be the #1 seller of the year. Okay, let's go to the next one. It's another Frigidaire. This one's all about its price. We're gonna go back to the wall. Okay, this is the 4th best selling of the year. You know, this one here, it is a very average dishwasher. There's nothing wrong with it. It actually works really good. I still like its washing system, like everything about it. Design is a little bit less, as it's got front controls, so automatically we get a better price on this. This one is down to $422 over Memorial Weekend. So let's just take a look at it for the things that we like to look at. If we go and see, we have the normal cycles on it. It's got the Sanitary Cycle. See, that's the one I was looking for. And let me just open this up real quick. It's got a plastic tub. Now, ordinarily I don't like a plastic tub, but I do like this one. And the reason I like it is because of its color. Over time, a white interior will start to turn yellow and start to make the dishwasher look dirty, even though its dishes are clean. But this one will never turn on color. This one should remain that color as long as you own it. If we go to the bottom, we see that it's got a heating element that's actually showing. It's kind of rare nowadays on a dishwasher, but you find this in the lower priced ones. So still a good value. That's what we had for years. And on the top, it's got your basic rack. But if I look for the 3 things, I got the Sanitary Cycle, I've got the spray wash at the top, and then, so I got 3 levels, 1, 2, and 3, so we like that. And let's see how quiet it is. This is 55 dBAs. So again, this is not going to be really noisy. It's on the high side of quiet dishwashers, but it's going to be fine. You know, I'm not really too worried about this one in terms of noise. In the old days, you know, when we had dishwashers that would just run you out of a room, they were in the 60s. So 55 is pretty good. So this is the 4th bestseller, $422, and it's also in stock here. So we're going to talk about GE next. I've got a 5th one to show you, our 5th bestseller, and then I've got a substitute that's going to replace it. So let's talk about that. So this one right here is the one, right here is the one we're talking about. It's got front controls, so that's why it's a lower price, $450 through Memorial Day, stainless steel. So let's take a look at it. If we look, we see normal, high, boost. There it is, sanding, the word sanding. That's what I'm looking for. So as we're all concerned about what happened during the pandemic, these are dishwashers, all of them so far, that can help out with that and prevent sickness. It's also got in the interior, it's got the dark plastic, so that means it's not going to change color over time, so that's good. It's very similar to the last dishwasher that we saw, and it looks, actually this, yeah, it's got a spray arm above it, and then we got the ones in the middle. So yeah, I think this is a good dishwasher. And the sales would prove that it's true. We do a lot of business in this dishwasher. Now this one is actually going away pretty soon. So you really have to come in and probably buy a display to get to this one. But let me tell you what they replaced it with. This one's $450, by the way. And again, it's got great operation on it. It's got advanced cycles, reliable performance, active flood protection, sanitized wash, upper and lower racks, 55 dB. So it's very much like the Frigidaire that we just saw. So $450. Look over here, we just got the new one in that's going to replace it. So very similar model number. The last one was GEF 535 PSR SS for stainless steel. This is the GDT 535 PSM SS. So if we look at this one, it's actually the first time I'm getting to see it with you. It does steam, which is nice. So steam loosens up anything that's stuck to it. That helps it wash easier. It's got the sanitary cycle right away, so we know we like it. It's got the controls on the top, the handle in the front, and inside is very similar to the last one. I would say it's probably identical to the last one. So a nice dishwasher. Let's see if the features on the inside of this are the same. I believe it is. Yep, same features. I don't see much that's different at all. So this is early documentation. You can look this up already on your own at appliancefactory.com. GDT 535 PSM SS. I know it's on sale this weekend for $549.99, and then we'll see what happens to it after that. But so this is pretty cool. You've seen the top 5 dishwashers. You know, there's all kinds of brands here. You know, we have every luxury brand that you can think of. You know, Thermador, Miele, Monogram, all that stuff is here too. It's just better performance in the same stuff that we've saw. So I think you'll like that. We also got Samsung and LG, and just more than I can count. But I think you'll really enjoy that. #1 brand that's sought after right now is Bosch. And price ranges, most favorite price ranges, are all over the board right now. People like things around $400. People like things, you know, over $1,000 right now. There's no predictor of how things are going to do right now, except for the ability of being in stock. Now, I want to encourage you to see our next video. We're going to talk about Bosch and tips and tricks for getting a Bosch to dry just like you want it.
Online or locally, save at ApplianceFactory.com. Click the link to learn more.